Hello everybody, it's me RJ here again with another video for you guys. I'm sitting inside my 2020 Jeep Gladiator, and my sun visor right here broke. See how that fell off right there? Now on the driver's side it's like that, and it's in one piece so that I can use it properly, but on the passenger side it came loose and broke. So I read a lot of forums, and a lot of people are having this issue, and it seems as though it's not covered under warranty, and to replace this and get the right part and get it fixed is, from what I've read, nearly $400 to $400+ and I'm not going to pay that kind of money. I'm going to attempt to do something that came to my mind to see if I can repair this and fix it myself, and hopefully save all of us a lot of money. So first, what I'm going to do is remove it. You need a star bit to get these two screws out. I'm going to go ahead and take those two screws out, and then we'll go from there. Okay, hopefully you can see. We're going to remove this screw, and we're going to remove this screw. Once I get those out and taken down, we'll go to the next step. Now that you have those two screws taken out, this is going to come down. So be very careful, because you don't want to yank your wires out. So you're going to let this just hang down. And you have a wire that's running through here, up through here. So you actually have to get into this and get up in there and undo the connector where the wires are connected together. Let's go ahead and take this out. It's the same size star bit, so you can use it here. You can remove this screw and this screw, and there's two screws on top, one here and one here, so we can get this loose and get this out of here. So I'm going to start taking those off, and then I'll show you the next step. All right, I got all four screws removed. This one, and then this one, and this one here. And I managed to get these two removed without having to take the top off. So you want to pull on this a little bit. Just be careful. It will come out. Just get it out of the way. And we can now see all our wiring here. And this wire runs here and comes back and is attached here. So let's go ahead and remove this clip. Undo it right here so you can take the entire visor out. So I'm going to go ahead and, I can't do this one-handed, so I'm going to put the camera down. But there's a little tab up top there that you push, and you'll pull and separate this apart. So I'm going to go ahead and get that apart. Okay, I got the connector apart. There's a little tab right there. You just push down on that tab and you'll pull, and it'll come loose from here. So now we can take this whole visor out. Sorry about blinding you with the sun. And we'll go check it out in the shop, and I'll show you what's going on. All right, I got it out, removed from the Jeep, and took it into the shop. What happened was this little retaining ring right here broke off of this piece right here. This piece sits in here like this, just like that, and then that little ring, if I can get it down here for you so you can see it, the little ring fits right there. Well, it seems like it's way too tight, like it was a factory defect, and it broke completely off. Because if I push this down as hard as I can, that actually doesn't even come up far enough. And this broke within days of owning the Jeep, and I bought it brand new right off the lot. So I'm gonna boggle my mind for a little bit and see if I can figure out a way to fix this permanently and save us all a lot of money. So we'll see what I can come up with. Hopefully it'll work. Alright guys, my next step is to get this connector through this little bitty hole, and it's obvious that it's not going to fit through there. So what we're going to do is take this connector and a little tiny flathead screwdriver, and you can pop this up. Be very careful popping this up, because this hinge right here will break. So you want to pop that up, and if you press down on these metal connectors here, you can pull back on this wire where my thumb is and push down on the metal right here where the screwdriver is and pull back, and you can slip those pieces out just like this. Set this aside. Just remember, red to the right hole, black to the middle, if it's setting just like this. If you have to, take a picture or watch the video over and over. red right, black middle. Don't mess that up. Now set this aside, don't lose it, and we can slide this right through here, just like that, to get this out of our way. Okay, now we got everything apart and we can see if we can come up with something to fix this. Alright, so I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, so here's the next step that I came up with. I had to sand this hole out just a little bit to widen it out so that I could press this piece up in there so it would come out far enough for me to get something on it to hold it in place. And what I did was I bought a 5/16 push nut. So I've got this board out here and I'm going to place this back on through here, and I'm going to press this on until that metal piece pops up through here, and I'm going to run this push nut down through there and push it on and see if it holds. Hopefully it'll grab and it'll do the job. So let's check it out. Okay, as you can see, I've got it pushed up in there far enough to where that metal is sticking out, and I'm going to get a tool or something to help me press this push nut on here. Hopefully it'll grab and keep this from slipping out again. Okay, so I got the press nut on there with a little bit of help from my wife. I had to hold a pair of needle nose pliers on each side of this while she hammered the needle nose pliers down to press that nut on there, and then I tapped it a little bit on each side with a flathead screwdriver and a hammer to get it pressed down evenly all the way around. And as you can see, it's all the way around there. And now we're gonna put the connector back together here, and I'm gonna go put it up in the Jeep. We're gonna see if this works. Alright everybody, we're gonna put the connector back together. Remember earlier I said the red wire goes all the way to the right. So we're going to press that back in, and you'll hear it click a little bit. That means it's locked in place. So now we're going to get the black one, and the black one goes in the center. Just make sure that, you can tell there's a little tab here that pops up that's going to lock this in place. It needs to be facing up. That's that tab that you pushed down earlier to pull this out. So make sure it's facing up. Press it back in there. You're going to hear it click in place. Push the tab down there, lock it in place. Now it's time to go plug this in and see if our job is successful. Okay, first thing you want to do now that we're back in the Jeep is make sure this wire is tucked back in its place. There's a little notch here where you can tuck it under, and it goes under there, right there, and it's going to go through this little groove here and then back down, and there's another notch right here. Okay, now time for the next step. We're going to put it back up top and see how to get it seated back in properly. Okay, hopefully you can tell what I'm doing. I just set this back up in the correct place. I'm going to get this screw in here, and then this wire needs to go back down through where it was clipped in earlier from when you took it out. And there's a little black piece of tape that wrapped around it, but you can bypass that tape if you wish. And we're going to go ahead and plug the connector back in. Hopefully you guys are seeing this, so let's go ahead and plug it back in. It only plugs in one way. And we've got that back together. So I'm going to put the screw in here and get this screwed up, and then we're going to put this cover back on, and we should be done, and we should be able to test if this works. So give me a moment. You guys know how to screw screws in, so I don't need to show you how to do that. I'm going to cut the film here, get these two screws in, and then we're going to go from there. All right. Now when you put this piece back up, you want to tuck it in under here. It's going to tuck under. It's going to go in just like that. All your wires are going to be behind there. Don't worry about poking anything or pinching anything. And then we're going to get it in place. Everything's snapped in place. It's secure. Now we're going to go ahead and put those two screws back in, and these two screws, well, yeah, that screw and that screw back in, and that should do it. Alright, we got that piece put back up in there, and it looks like it was never removed. And this looks like it was never removed, sanded on, grinded on, beat on. It looks brand new. Everything's working correctly. Look at that. Totally awesome. Just like it should have worked from the factory. Perfect. Not even coming out. It's in there nice and stiff. Great. Alright guys, I hope you like this video, and I hope it helps you fix this and get your Jeep put back together, because that's a pain in the butt when you don't have a sun visor and it's broken like that. I think that they should make good for this, because I've read a lot of forums and seen some YouTube videos and other things where this exact thing has happened to them, where that's broke on the passenger side, not the driver's side. The driver's side seems to work great and never had a problem, but the passenger side fell apart. Anyway, that's it for you guys. Hopefully this will help you figure out a way to fix it, if you do it this exact way or you come up with another way. Let me know in the comment section below if you like the video. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, share my video if you know anybody that's having this issue and does not want to spend $400 something to replace this whole piece, because that's a ridiculous price for something that simple. I'm just glad that we could come up with a brainstorm idea, and it actually worked. So thanks a lot, and we'll see you in the next video. Later.